Hey everyone, in today's video, I am going to be talking about creativity and specifically how to get in touch with your creativity and how to find and reignite your creativity during this period of quarantine where we're all kind of stuck in our spaces and in our daily routines, and it can be kind of hard to break out of that. So I'm going to tell you how to stay creative during quarantine in this video, and I'm going to give you 6 tips for how to do it. So stay tuned. Before we begin, the first thing that I want you to know about this time is that everybody is working through it at their own pace, and there is no right or wrong way to do this, okay? So you might be seeing all of these people on your Facebook feed and in your Instagram who are creating awesome things on TikTok, making videos, making banana breads, like all kinds of stuff happening, right? And you might not feel there. You might not feel ready to be creative, and you might not feel super inspired right now. That's fine. Totally lean into that and take care of yourself first and foremost. Take care of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. It's really, really important during this time. That being said, there may be days or lengths of time or hours where you feel inspired, motivated, excited to create something new. And for that, I have this video for you. That's what this video is all about. I have 6 tips for you for how to stay creative and motivated and inspired during this time of quarantine. Are you ready? Tip number 1 is sign up for classes. Keep learning. If you have the ability to pay for a class, do it. Something that I have done during this time is I signed up for a screenwriting course. I never ever thought that I would be excited about writing a screenplay, but here I am writing a screenplay and it feels amazing. It's really, really fun. I get to connect with the other students in the class who are also really creative, and I get a chance to learn something new, learn a new skill. I have homework for the first time in a long time, which I'm really excited about. I never liked homework before. So if you have the opportunity, sign up for a class. What is something that you've always wanted to learn but you just haven't had the time, or you feel like it's not really aligned with what your business is right now? There's so many options for different classes to take. Cooking classes, any kind of art classes, cross stitch, sculpting, painting, watercolors, right? There's sewing classes you can take. There's all kinds of really fun, creative, experiential classes that will allow you to step outside your comfort zone and expand your knowledge base. If you don't have the money right now to invest in starting a new class, Coursera has amazing free classes that are taught by incredible teachers at Ivy League universities. So take advantage of that. There's so much opportunity out there for you to learn something new. Tip number 2 is to mix up your routine. We so get stuck, especially during quarantine, in the same exact routine, right? We wake up at a certain time, we eat breakfast, we shower, we go to work, we stop working, we hang out with our kids, we make dinner, whatever our routine tends to be. And it can get a little bit monotonous. When that happens, our brains just kind of go into autopilot and they stop thinking of new ideas. It stops being creative. It stops being inspired, and it just kind of keeps running like a broken record. So in order to mix up that record a little bit, you want to mix up your routine. And this can be something as simple as, if you go for a morning walk, go a different route next time. See what else there is to see. Take out your earbuds and just look around and get inspired by the world around you. If you usually take a shower, why don't you take a nice comfy bubble bath? If you usually wear the same clothes, like workout clothes, why don't you dress up one day? By mixing up your routine, you're gonna start getting inspired by new things, and you're gonna feel like everything is not so monotonous and redundant over and over again. Number 3, this also goes along with getting inspired, and that is to go on adventures. There are still places that are open that you can access, and you can try something new on an adventure that you wouldn't normally do. So for example, the other morning I didn't go to Whole Foods. Instead, I went to the Asian grocery store in my town. There were walls of of rice cookers and so many millions of options of soy sauce that you could buy. I was just lost in all of the options of soy sauce that there were, and I couldn't read any of the labels, but it was so exciting and fun and new for me. I went to the hardware store the other day. I got lost in the hardware store because I was just so inspired by the different colors of paint and different types of caulk, I think is what it's called, tile types and tools. There's just so much stuff to look at and get inspired by, and maybe it'll inspire an art project or a renovation project that you want to do in your home. So turn something that would normally be an errand into an adventure and really allow yourself to get curious and explore that place. Tip number 4 for staying creative during quarantine is inside one of my favorite books of all time, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Get it if you don't have it already. And the tip is morning pages. She teaches this in her book. It's daily free writing exercises. So you just give yourself an amount of time or an amount of pages and you just write. Just write whatever is on your mind. It's a really, really great way to brain dump, to get out all of that kind of brain clutter that piles up over time, and it allows us to free the space in our minds and our bodies for more creativity. So we're purging when we're writing morning pages, right? Because we're creating space for new ideas and creativity and inspiration to come in. So I encourage you to create a daily morning pages practice where you're writing every single morning for a certain amount of time just to get that clutter out of your mind, out of your body, and onto the page, and then you'll have a lot more space for creativity. Tip number 5 is also something that Julia Cameron talks about, and it's about filling your well. So she sometimes calls this artist dates, and you can consider your adventure to the grocery store an artist date, right? Taking your inner artist out and doing something new and creative and inspiring. So tip number 5 is to fill your well with inspiration, and that can be reading something that inspires you that you wouldn't normally read. So if you are really into nonfiction self-help books, maybe try a classic novel. If you tend to watch a lot of reality TV, or if you're watching The Office over and over again on Netflix, try an old classic Hollywood film or something that has won a lot of awards, or a Sundance film, right? There's lots of different things that you can do to inspire yourself and fill up your well that is not the same old stuff that you're used to reading and watching. And my final tip is to connect with creative people. Reach out to the people in your life that are really inspiring to you and that you think are super creative, and talk to them. See what they're working on. See how you can help them and support them, and see if there might be potential for collaboration. Even though we can't connect physically, we can connect virtually. And it's such a hard time for a lot of us that I encourage you to reach out to people that you love and know, let them know how much they inspire you, and who knows what will come of it. So those are my 6 tips for staying creative during quarantine. And the thing I want to leave you with is one more tip, that is to take some time without your phone. Turn your phone off for a weekend day so that you don't have to be connected to email, and just let yourself be curious and surprised and inspired by the people around you and the world around you, all right? It's really, really important that we are not tethered to our devices during this time, and that we're giving ourselves plenty of time for lots of self-love and creative inspiration. I hope this video was really, really empowering, inspiring, and you feel excited to go out on an adventure or connect with a creative person in your life, or to read something new or watch something new. So go do it. Go, go, go. The time is now. And if you're not feeling creative, that's okay too, okay? Remember that. All right, I will see you guys next time.